Hi Class 2. So as you might have guessed from reading our overview, this week our theme is winter, as it seems, judging by the temperature, that we are right in the middle of it. Everything is very cold at the moment. So for maths this week, we're going to be looking at using a thermometer, which is one of these, to measure the temperature. Now you might have seen a thermometer before, but a thermometer helps us to measure how warm or hot or cold something is. It can help us measure the temperature of our food, how hot our food is. It can help us measure the temperature of water. It even helps us measure the air around us. That's how we know what the temperature is, how hot or cold it is in the winter or in the summer. And it can even tell we can even work out the temperature in our bodies. So if I was feeling a bit poorly, maybe the doctors would take my temperature, and if it was over a certain number, anything over 39 degrees Celsius is not a very healthy temperature, and they'd say, oh, Miss Langdon, you're a bit poorly, you might need to go to bed and have a little rest. Okay? So a thermometer looks like this, and up the side here, I'm going to bring you a little bit closer here, okay? That way. Up the side here, you can see this is called a scale. Now, it looks a little bit like a ruler because I've got, starting at 0, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that's not where the temperature stops. Now, this could keep going and going and going because temperatures can get crazy, crazy hot. 22 degrees Celsius is not actually a very, very hot temperature. In the summer, on a nice sunny day, we can get a lot warmer than that, okay? And when you boil the kettle, your water will get to 100 degrees Celsius, which means that this red line would be all the way up here somewhere, up to 100. But this one's just a small temperature for measuring things that aren't super, super hot. Now, as you can see, this red bit in the middle here, in a real temperature, not in a real thermometer, not just a drawing of one, this would be made of something that will move depending on the temperature. So by looking at this one in this drawing, let's see if we can work out how many degrees Celsius it is. So if the red line came up to here, it would be 0 degrees. This is where water starts to freeze because it's very, very cold. If it was up to here, it would be 1 degree, but it's not up here. Let's go up here. Let's see. Right, here's where the top of our red line is, and we can follow it across to our scale, and we can see that it is exactly 10 degrees Celsius. And I keep saying these words, degrees Celsius, because I don't measure temperature in the same way as I measure other things. If I were measuring how heavy something is, then I would use grams or kilograms. If I was measuring how long something is, I would use centimeters or meters. If I was measuring, or even money, I would use pence and I would use pounds, but I don't use any of those measurements when I'm measuring temperature. I use something called degrees Celsius, and I write this, you can see it here, it's a tiny little circle, it looks like a small 0 floating with a big capital C, a big curly K. So this means degrees Celsius. The C stands for Celsius, degrees Celsius, okay? And oh, just a little fact for you. Sir Thomas Albert invented the thermometer in 1867. Little fun fact for you, okay? So when I'm measuring the temperature, I would look at my thermometer and I would say, oh, the temperature right now is 10 degrees Celsius, which isn't very warm. Okay, now in class, you might have noticed it before, but we've got this great big thermometer on the wall, just by the door where we go out to play in the nature garden, okay? I'm going to try and hold this for you so that you can see. Now in here, you can see there is a red line, and this red line, if I can get the angle right on here. Yeah, look, it comes up to just here. So here's 0, and it's coming up to here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees Celsius. So in class right now, it's 8 degrees Celsius, which, boys and girls, I've only taken my coat off for the purpose of this video. It's very cold in here because there's no children in school at the moment, okay? Now, your work is going to be based on thermometers this week. So for today's lesson, I would like you to look at the pictures of the thermometers and see if you can read the thermometers by looking at the lines going up them and working out what temperature they're pointing to. And you can print these cards off and you can match them up like a game of pairs, or you could draw your own pictures. You can do it however you want to. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of it.